Hey you guys, and welcome to another fragmented video. It has been a while since I have done one of these, let me tell you. So for those of you who don't know what a fragmented video is, basically just where I read a fragment of a book. Usually I just read the first chapter or so, or like a first page or so, just to guys give you a sample and see what you guys think of the book, to see maybe if you guys want to go read it. I try to do books that I love and that I just feel like it just sucks you in. So I'll link all my previous fragmented videos down below for those of you who want to go and check them out. But today we're going to do a fragment reading of More Than This by Patrick Ness. And this one doesn't really have like chapters. Well, it does have chapters. So, but I'm just going to read the prologue for you guys. And let's go ahead and get started. Here is the boy, drowning. In these last moments, it's not the water that's finally done from him. It's the cold. It has bled all the energy from his body and contracted his muscles into a painful uselessness. No matter how much he fights to keep himself above the surface, he is strong and young, nearly 17. But the wintry waves keep coming, each one seemingly larger than the last. They spin him round, topple him over, force him deeper down and down. Even when he can catch his breath in the few terrified seconds he manages to push his face into the air, he is shaking so badly he can barely get half a lungful before he's under again. It isn't enough, grows less each time, and he feels a terrible yearning in his chest as he aches fruitlessly for more. He is in full panic now. He knows he's drifted just slightly too far from shore to make it back. The icy tide pulling him out further and further with every wave, pushing him toward the rocks that make this one bit of coast so treacherous. He also knows there is no one who'll notice he's gone in time. No one who'll raise the alarm before the water defeats him. He won't be saved by chance either. There are no beach combers or tourists to dive in from the shoreline to save him. Not this time of year. Not in these freezing temperatures. It is too late for him. He will die. And he will die alone. The sudden, gasping horror of knowing this makes him panic even more. He tries again to break the surface, not daring to think that it might be his last time, not daring to think much at all. He forces his legs to kick, forces his arms to heave himself upward to at least get his body the right way round, to try and gasp another breath just inches away. But the current is too strong. It allows him tantalizingly near the surface, but spins him upside down before he can get there, dragging him closer to the rocks. The waves toy with him as he tries again, and fails. Then, without warning, the game the sea seems to have been playing, the cruel game of keeping him alive, just alive enough to think he might make it, that game seems to be over. The current surges slamming into the killingly hard rocks. His right shoulder blade snaps in two so loudly he can hear the crack. Even underwater, even in this rush of tide, the mindless intensity of the pain is so great he calls out, his mouth instantly filling with freezing, briny seawater. He coughs against it, but only drags more into his lungs. He curves into the pain of his shoulder, blinded by it, paralyzed by its intensity. He is unable to even try and swim now, unable to brace himself as the waves turn him over once more. Please, is all he thinks. Just the one word echoing through his head. Please. The current grips him a final time. It rears back as if to throw him, and it dashes him headfirst into the rocks. He slams into them with the full, furious weight of an angry ocean behind him. He is unable to even raise his hands to try and soften the blow. The impact is just behind his left ear. It fractures his skull, splintering into his brain, the force of it also crushing his third and fourth vertebrae, severing both his cerebral artery and his spinal cord, an injury from which there is no return, no recovery, no chance. He dies. So that is just the beginning of this book, and I just have to say I love this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was really interesting. It's about this boy Seth, and of course he dies in the beginning of the book, but then he wakes up in this place all alone, and he's naked, and it's just like, what is going on? And then it seems familiar, and so he's just trying to desperately find answers. So you guys let me know what you guys thought of the first chapter. If you guys have read the book, what did you guys think of it? If you guys haven't read it, do you guys plan to read it? Yes, no, maybe so. Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.